All right, so check it out. We've got the big truck booth. This is a Garmat. You guys know we're fans of the Garmat on this channel here. So we've got this one with a higher roof in it, which is gonna give us the area we need to get it through the doors. We didn't have that over there at the last booth when we did that. So we're here now. We're gonna be shooting this one and this one. We'll go ahead and pull it in. You guys see it's long, it's tall. It's gonna fit that big delivery truck in here. And we're gonna get the proper flow because this is a downdraft even though it is a truck booth. So let's go ahead, we'll get that thing prepped out, we'll get it in here, and hopefully we won't be picking up the polisher at all on this one. So let's keep our fingers crossed because the last time I had a couple nightmares of buffing that thing out, and this time I'm hoping that it's just gonna be clear sailing. So this is the booth, definitely set up nice. This one does have the blowers in the top, but we are gonna be doing this one in the solvent like we did the last time. So let's go ahead and get this thing prepped out, and then we'll get it on in here, we'll bag it, and we'll see how nice this booth works. All right, so we've got it all bagged up. We're gonna go ahead and do our wash on it. We'll hit it with our wax and grease, our waterborne, and we're gonna blow it real good. You guys see that we pulled that plastic over the top with a pole. That's a tip. If you're doing any of the bigger vehicles, go ahead and get yourself a rod that extends out. That way you're able to take it over the top and you don't have to worry about climbing ladders to get it bagged up. So let's go ahead, clean it, and we're gonna be hitting this one with the ECS sealer. We're gonna go right into our solvent base coat, and then we're gonna hit this one with the clear. And the outcome that I'm looking for is gonna be clean. You guys know what happened last time. Let's not have that happen again. All right, so far so good. We got our sealer on. We're gonna go ahead and let that set up. I may even run a tack rag over that before I hit it with the base coat, being it's a big panel. So let's go ahead, let that set up. We'll hit it with our base coat. We're gonna put 2 coats of base because this is a solid color and there's no metallic in it. So let's go ahead and apply the base coat. All right, so we've got the 2 coats of the base, and we're in the same spot we were when we had the blow up spray booth. So when I got done with the blow up spray booth, I thought everything was good with the sealer and the base because you really can't see. So there is a big difference, obviously, spraying in a high-end spray booth like this, and you can see what you're doing. So I'm sure we're gonna have a nice finish when this thing is all done. So we're gonna go ahead now and hit this with the 2 coats of the 50/50 clear and see how nice the job comes out. All right, so it came out nice. We're gonna go ahead and bake it and get it back out and show it to you guys out of the booth. All right, so that's more like it. That's more like what I'm used to spraying in, and obviously it's gonna be a lot better of a experience painting in something like this with a top of the line spray booth with the right lighting and the right extraction for the fumes, because that other booth was really limited for the lighting, and then the fumes really took a long time to get out of there. So you're fighting with being able to see, and you're fighting with all the fumes that are in there, and sometimes they'll actually land back on the panel and give it more texture because there's nowhere for it to go. So I'm really happy with this one. It came out clean. We do have a couple pieces of dirt in it that we're gonna go ahead and buff later on once this thing is back together. And the color match, check it out. That's that solvent I was telling you about. You guys probably wondered why we were panel painting it right in the middle of a billboard. Look how nice the color is with that Deltron PPG on this one. And I was really happy with that match. Even on the last job that we did in the blow up booth, the color obviously wasn't gonna be any different spraying it in there than in here, but we still have a beautiful match. And that's more like it for me of what I'm used to now, spraying in a good booth. And you're gonna spend a lot more money obviously on something like this, and most people aren't even ever gonna be able to have one of these. But when you're doing this type of work, you gotta have the right setups to get the right job and be able to move through this job just like you were doing a smaller car. You're just dealing with bigger things, ladders, having to do a little bit different techniques to get the same outcome as doing a regular car, but you gotta have the right setup. So I knew I was gonna be shooting this one in the right setup, so I wanted to show you guys the difference between professional and DIY, and you guys could obviously see that this is a lot better of a job. So I hope you guys liked it. We'll see you guys on the next one.